Man, Gugu has been through some stuff. But I just got done with the 7th episode of To Your Eternity, and this is my thoughts on the series so far. Now, a few things to get through before I get started. Obviously, again, like I mentioned before, this is the arc that I've been looking forward to the most, which is implying that, yes, technically I have read the manga several arcs into the series so far, including this particular one, but I will be keeping this completely spoiler-free for the source material. I am only going to be reacting on what happened with the adaptation in this particular episode and not speculating on anything or talking about anything in the future, which, yes, limits how much I can really talk about the series, but it is what it is, and I don't want to spoil things, so. But yeah, this episode was definitely fantastic. I really do like what they've been doing with the adaptation so far. But yeah, early on it gets into Gugu, his backstory, which is obviously incredibly sad. He's with his brother. They're both pretty much poor. They're trying to save up all their money together so they can eventually buy a house and live the, life of luxury like everybody else does. That, they show this building off in the distance and how these people live it up, and they kind of wish that they were there. And as they're kind of building money together, you see that his brother is meeting with some other guys, and eventually his brother abandons him and leaves a note behind. And essentially in this note, it's implying that the brother has essentially taken all their money, fled, and claims that he's going to make it rich and eventually will, hopefully, as Gugu believes, will come back. His brother will come back to him once he's made it successfully, and they will both be able to live the life of luxury that they want. Well, his brother is gone. Eventually, Gugu, and walking across this riverbank, this giant log almost hits him, and then eventually the log starts moving again. He sees somebody near the riverbank. He goes to save them and ends up with his face crushed. Obviously, ends up being the person that he saves is this girl that he likes, which his name's Reen, who is part of a noble family, it seems. She seems to be a part of a family that is rich. And he is saved by this booze man, this guy that has a distillery. And this booze man basically was able to save him, but at the same time, he's so disfigured because this log, crushed his face. He wears a mask all the time after that point. And of course, this catches us up to the point in which Fushi will arrive with the shaman, and we start to learn more about Gugu and his current feelings now that he is living the life that he is, as he's trying to get information out of Fushi, because they kind of hit it off really quick, or at least Gugu takes interest to Fushi right off the bat. And as he's kind of asking Fushi, do you have parents? Do you have siblings? All this kind of stuff. At the same time, Gugu is telling him about himself. So he's asking, who's your parents? Well, this is my parents. So you have siblings. Well, my brother is trying to make money, and he'll come back and we'll be together again. I almost think that they should call the title of this episode Wakata Nai, or I don't know, because the entire time Fuji's just like, I don't know. But it is, like I said, it is technically using that as a way of establishing Gugu's current mindset and his dreams that he still technically has. He still has these dreams, even though he has been disfigured. He still wants and hopes for this moment that he'll be able to be with his brother, and they'll be able to live that life that they've been dreaming about this entire time, which, again, as we kind of assumed, yeah, your brother's not coming back, unfortunately. Your brother's never going to come back. He's ripped you off, dude. But, yeah, it was... And it like adds on to that heartbreak of the fact that he likes this girl, Rain, and then she finally shows up at the distillery, and who does she take interest in? Fuji. Just like, poor guy. This guy cannot catch a break. It's so sad. But it is interesting that Fushi just like, he doesn't understand the concept of ugliness. So even though Gugu believes himself to be ugly, Fushi's like, I don't know what's ugly. Okay, you're ugly. All right, I'm gonna call you ugly from now on. You asked for it. I think, and again, going back to my thoughts on the episode as a whole, because like I said, I don't want to start speculating on things going forward, because obviously I know what's coming forward. But the episode itself, I think did a fantastic job at adapting it. They pulled off Gugu's overly Gugu-eyed self with Reen. I think it was fantastic. I think that point in the manga was the point that I was really starting to fall for Gugu, even though initially I'm like, who the heck is this lizard-faced dude? I really did. He's endearing. He's a character that you want to root for. He's been through so much crap, and when you see him kind of get all googly-eyed over Rain, you're like, I want him to get the girl. And then to have it like just kind of just thrown into the gutter by the fact that she takes interest in Fushi, who just showed up. It's like, oh, poor guy. I will say, and granted, it was technically pretty close to the manga as well. I did kind of wish that they would have kind of concluded the backstory a little better, because it feels so anticlimactic. It's like he's been through all this stuff, he's saved, he's been disfigured. Okay, I'll just wear this mask from now on. End of backstory. And it's like, it feels so anticlimactic. And granted, they're really kind of, it's anticlimactic because it's continuing a story with his conversations with Fushi. It just, the backstory itself feels very kind of, wait, what? Are we moving on? Okay, we're moving on, apparently. It just feels very or very oddly paced as it kind of transitions. But that would probably be the only negative I give it. I kind of wish they would have, transitioned that a little better. But even still, the rest of it was fantastic. Loved getting Gugu's backstory. I'm super excited where they take it going forward. Getting more of the Booze Man and hopefully Rin, talking about the whole situation, the jealousy with Fushi, all that stuff. Definitely looking forward to where it goes from here. But yeah, that's my thoughts on episode 7 of To Your Eternity. Again, shorter than usual because I don't want to get into speculation. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Either way, just me gushing over the adaptation. Comment down below, let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit a like if you like this video. And I thank you all for watching, and y'all take care.